Hello, it's Amir, and you know why you're here. So, the last time we went over maybe my favorite answer to people who say, yeah, they don't vote. Namely, if you don't show up, then your vote automatically counts to whoever the ultimate winner is. Basically, you either choose who you vote for, or it gets chosen for you. I love this argument. It is ineluctable. Just try to eluct from it. You can't. It's more than a half Nelson. It's the full Nelson. It's the camel clutch. It's the cross-faced chicken wing. It's the figure four leg lock. It's the Boston crab. It's the lion tamer of arguments for voting. But I'll admit, the feeling that if you don't vote, somehow you're off the hook, that's a very hard feeling to shake, right? We have words like abstain. Think about the crust of moral smuggery around words like abstain and abstinence. They feel virtuous. It feels like you shouldn't be responsible if you don't vote. And maybe because my argument is a little logical, it's a little cerebral, a little abstruse, it's a little recherche. We actually had a little recherche growing up. Ugh, she was so loving. I miss her a lot. So here's what I'm gonna do. In the next 1 minute, I'm gonna give you 3 points to make, which are instantly obvious to whoever hears them. And they are so quick and so easy, you can make any of them in the time it takes for your debit card to clear. All right? First up, if you don't vote, you can't complain. It's easy as that, right? I mean, sure, voting is fine, but complaining is sublime. Why would you give away your right to complain? Okay, imagine this. Imagine you're walking down the street and there was someone shrieking because they have their hand in a bag of spiders. You'd say, hey, have you tried taking your hand out of the bag of spiders? And if they said, no, actually, I'm just shrieking, but I haven't taken the most elementary step to improve my situation, your sympathy would dry up. You'd walk away. And the same thing when you complain, but you don't vote. No one cares. You've lost the right to complain. And don't give up the right to complain. Next up, a very familiar cop-out to voting is, voting? I mean, does it even make a difference? Yeah, well, you want to know a dead giveaway that voting is powerful? They make it complicated. If voting really didn't make a difference, if it was just for show, if it didn't change things, then they'd make it as easy as possible. They'd be like, knock yourself out, have all the early voting you want. But they don't, because many politicians are scared of the power of our vote. Voting terrifies the status quo. Voting terrifies corporations. Which brings us to point 3. If your vote didn't matter, why would they spend billions of dollars trying to influence it? They wouldn't spend billions on TV commercials and online ads if they weren't desperate to sway your vote. Your vote terrifies racists and fascists. That's why they go to such elaborate lengths to suppress it. You don't suppress something you think is powerless. And whenever a state legislature makes it harder to vote, you can be sure they've done the calculations. They know that if we turn out in numbers, those politicians are toast. And that brings us to those of you in the audience who are among the most electorally powerful and therefore the most suppressed, college students. Coming up in the next installment, I turn this masterclass into a college class. Subscribe. I'll see you there. Don't be late. I mark for attendance.